The truck was discovered before dawn behind the repair sheds with its canvas cover tied shut from the inside. And when a military policeman cut the rope and pulled the flap open, rows of Red Cross parcels appeared stacked to the roof beside hidden coffee tins, cigarettes, medicine cartons, and prisoner letters marked as delivered weeks earlier, forcing the guard to close the yard, wake the camp commander, and send for Patton before the men unloading the truck could disappear with the evidence. The military police patrol entered the rear supply lane shortly before sunrise after hearing an engine shut down behind the repair sheds where no scheduled transport was supposed to arrive during the night. A corporal named Harris followed fresh tire tracks through the mud and found a covered truck parked between two storage buildings with its headlights still warm and its rear canvas tied tighter than normal transport procedure required. He ordered the driver to step out, but no one answered from the cab, and when Harris opened the door, he found the seat empty while the engine key still hung in place. Two MPs circled the truck while another checked the nearby sheds, discovering footprints leading toward the camp fence before disappearing beneath a drainage pipe. Harris cut the rear rope expecting fuel drums or stolen cigarettes. Yet the moment the canvas flap dropped open, the men stopped moving because the truck was filled wall to wall with Red Cross packages stamped for prisoner distribution. The top layer contained food parcels, but deeper inside the stack the MPs found coffee tins, condensed milk, chocolate bars, medical cartons, blankets, and sacks marked for POW hospital use. One package broke open when Harris climbed into the truck, spilling canned meat beside prisoner letters bundled with string and tagged as already issued to Barracks 6. The MPs immediately sealed the rear lane and ordered the nearby guards held in place until the camp commander arrived from headquarters. The commander climbed into the truck himself and discovered that several parcel crates had been relabeled with false inventory numbers linked to maintenance transport instead of prisoner supply delivery. That detail changed the situation from simple theft into organized diversion hidden inside the camp transport system. The commander ordered every storage shed locked and demanded the night transfer logs, but the supply sergeant claimed the truck had never been listed on the movement schedule. Meanwhile, prisoners heading toward morning count noticed the MPs surrounding the truck, and rumors spread across the yard before the first whistle sounded. Several German POWs reacted immediately when they saw the Red Cross markings, shouting through the fence that parcels had been disappearing from distribution lines for weeks. The commander silenced the yard, stationed armed MPs beside the truck, and sent an urgent message to headquarters reporting that a hidden transport vehicle full of stolen Red Cross packages had been discovered inside the camp perimeter before dawn. Subscribe for more forgotten German POW stories like this one. The escalation began when the MPs unloaded the first row of parcels and discovered that many packages had already been opened, searched, and resealed before being hidden inside the truck. Some food tins were missing entirely, while others had been replaced with useless items like folded newspaper, broken soap bars, or empty wrappers packed beneath the original labels. The camp doctor inspected the medical cartons and found missing morphine ampoules, removed bandages, and bottles marked as issued to the infirmary, even though the infirmary records showed they had never arrived. That discovery spread panic through the hospital ward because several sick prisoners had recently gone without medicine supposedly lost during transport delays. The commander ordered the supply office searched immediately, and MPs found replacement labels, spare Red Cross stamps, and torn parcel inventory sheets hidden beneath a false drawer inside the records cabinet. A clerk admitted under questioning that certain guards opened parcels before delivery and removed the best items before the remaining contents reached prisoners. The clerk also revealed that unopened parcels were sometimes sold through civilian intermediaries outside the camp in exchange for alcohol, watches, and black market cigarettes. Harris followed the paperwork trail to the repair shed office where he found fresh mud, burned labels inside a stove, and a coded notebook listing parcel counts beside initials from several guards. The notebook matched missing distribution numbers reported earlier by prisoners from Barracks 6 and Barracks 9. When the commander questioned the night guards, one corporal suddenly claimed the prisoners themselves had stolen supplies during unloading operations. That accusation failed immediately because the hidden truck had been parked inside the secured maintenance lane guarded by Americans all night. Prisoners watching from the yard began shouting angrily when they saw the opened Red Cross boxes carried toward the evidence room. One elderly German POW pointed toward the hospital wing and yelled that dying prisoners had begged for medicine while guards smoked stolen cigarettes behind the repair shed. The commander ordered the prisoners moved back to barracks before the situation erupted, but the damage was already done because the camp now understood the thefts had affected food, medicine, mail, and hospital treatment. Before noon, headquarters received a second report stating that stolen Red Cross aid had likely been diverted through a coordinated operation involving guards, supply records, and unauthorized transport routes inside the camp. The major consequence came when the hospital ward entered emergency ration control after the doctor discovered several weakened prisoners had been surviving on reduced portions while full food parcels sat hidden behind the repair sheds. The doctor ordered every medical prisoner reweighed, and 2 men from Barracks 6 were transferred directly into the infirmary after collapsing during work detail formation. Harris, meanwhile, traced the truck's tire marks beyond the maintenance lane and found a narrow service gate hidden behind stacked fuel drums near the outer fence. The gate should have remained chained, but the lock showed recent scratches and grease marks proving it had been opened repeatedly during night hours. Military police searched the nearby civilian road and discovered coffee tins identical to the stolen parcels being sold through a black market stall less than 2 miles from the camp. The civilian seller fled immediately when questioned, abandoning cigarettes, Red Cross chocolate, and prisoner blankets still marked with camp inventory numbers. That discovery widened the case beyond internal theft because camp supplies were now circulating openly outside military control. Back inside the compound, the commander suspended the entire night transport crew and placed armed MPs at every warehouse entrance. The supply sergeant attempted to destroy additional records by throwing papers into the furnace room, but Harris intercepted him after seeing smoke rising during the middle of the investigation. Inside the furnace ashes, MPs recovered partially burned parcel logs linking missing Red Cross shipments to truck numbers assigned under false maintenance orders. The prisoners learned about the black market discovery through interpreters working near the infirmary, and anger spread through the barracks faster than the officers could contain it. Several prisoners refused evening count until they were shown proof the stolen medicine and food had been recovered from the truck. The commander finally ordered the evidence table placed visibly near the administration building so prisoners could see the unopened parcels stacked under military police guard. That decision calmed the compound slightly, but the camp atmosphere had changed completely because the thefts were no longer rumors whispered in barracks lines. As sunset approached, headquarters confirmed Patton was already traveling toward the camp after receiving the recovered photographs, burned records, and black market evidence connected to the stolen Red Cross truck. The prisoners expected another inspection officer, but Patton's staff car rolled through the gate before dawn and stopped directly beside the captured truck still surrounded by military police. Instead of heading to the administration office, Patton climbed into the truck himself and stood silently among the stacked Red Cross parcels while photographers documented the evidence around him. The reversal began when the accused guards expected Patton to question prisoners first, but he ordered the entire night transport crew line beside the truck while the recovered parcel contents were unpacked one item at a time. The doctor placed missing medicine bottles on a wooden crate beside hospital reports showing which prisoners had gone untreated during the shortages. Harris then carried forward the opened parcels stuffed with newspaper instead of food, and the interpreter read aloud prisoner names attached to letters falsely marked as delivered. The guards tried claiming transport confusion caused the shortages, but Patton pulled one unopened parcel from the stack and ripped it open in front of them, exposing cigarettes, chocolate, and canned meat that had never reached the prisoners assigned to receive it. The prisoners watching from behind the fence fell completely silent because the missing supplies were no longer hidden behind offices or paperwork. Patton then ordered the black market coffee tins placed beside the truck while MPs displayed the burned parcel logs recovered from the furnace room. The evidence transformed the entire yard because every missing item now connected directly back to the hidden truck. One guard attempted to blame civilian thieves outside the camp, but Harris presented the scratched service gate lock and the false transport orders signed under the supply office records. Patton looked at the truck, the open parcels, the hospital medicine, and the weakened prisoners watching from the infirmary windows before speaking. Then he said the line every man in the yard remembered afterward. Men do not starve beside full trucks unless someone profits from it. The reversal was complete because the prisoners accused for weeks of exaggerating shortages now stood vindicated while the guards responsible faced the evidence publicly inside the same camp they controlled. Before leaving the truck, Patton ordered every remaining Red Cross parcel counted under military police supervision and personally reassigned emergency food deliveries to the infirmary before any further investigation continued. The final irreversible event came later that night when MPs followed new evidence from the truck records to an abandoned storage barn beyond the civilian road checkpoint. Inside the barn, they discovered more stolen Red Cross parcels hidden beneath spare tires, fuel cans, and military tarps waiting for transport into the black market. The hidden stockpile included unopened hospital kits, prisoner mail sacks, winter blankets, and entire crate rows marked as destroyed during earlier inventory shortages. The discovery destroyed the last defense available to the supply crew because the stolen aid operation clearly extended far beyond one hidden truck. Military police arrested the supply sergeant, 2 transport guards, the maintenance driver, and 3 civilian intermediaries before sunrise. The camp commander ordered the entire warehouse system reorganized under outside supervision, while every remaining parcel inside the compound was recounted publicly. Prisoners were assembled by barracks and watched as unopened Red Cross packages were redistributed directly under armed MP oversight. The hospital wing received emergency medicine deliveries first, and the doctor personally supervised the transfer, while recovered morphine and bandages were returned to locked medical cabinets. Harris then escorted investigators through the repaired service gate route used to smuggle the parcels outside camp control. The route was permanently sealed with welded chains, floodlights, and double MP checkpoints before nightfall. Several weakened prisoners from Barracks 6 received their first complete Red Cross parcels in weeks and opened them slowly, as if expecting the food to disappear again before they could touch it. The irreversible change came when headquarters issued new inspection orders across nearby camps requiring direct military police supervision over all Red Cross deliveries and prisoner aid distribution. The hidden truck behind the repair sheds had exposed far more than stolen food because it revealed a system that turned prisoner survival into black market profit until one open canvas flap finally exposed everything inside. A week later, the captured truck still sat behind the administration building with its rear doors sealed under military police guard. Prisoners collected Red Cross parcels directly from supervised distribution tables, while hospital shelves filled again with recovered medicine. Harris passed the truck during evening patrol and noticed the ripped parcel pattern had opened still lying inside beside the burned inventory logs. The camp no longer spoke quietly about missing food because the evidence had become too large to hide behind locked sheds, false paperwork, or another disappearing transport order. Most people know how World War II ended. Very few know what happened inside these prison camps. Subscribe for more untold WWII stories.